So if you're renting and you've thought about home ownership, but you're not quite sure if it makes sense given today's interest rates, then this video is for you. And if you're not a renter, but you know of one, please share this video with them. Okay, let's remove conjecture and emotion to allow math to help answer the question, is it better for me to buy or rent? Here's a real-world example of a home you're looking to buy that's listed for $400,000, and with 10% down, you'd have a $360,000 mortgage. And let's assume it has an interest rate of 6.5%. But I'm going to make this home purchase example as ugly as possible, as I realize, due to my profession in the mortgage industry, you may think that I have a biased interest in buying over renting. So let's make this as ugly as possible for the home buyer. Let's say if you bought a home today at 6.5%, while I would watch for rates to drop so you could refinance in the future, let's assume you never do refinance. And given that the average homeowner stays in their home for 9 years, let's say you do the same. Let's include property tax costs as well as estimated repairs too. So assuming you're in the home for 9 years, and well, no one else is going to take the time to tell you this, I want this example to be rock solid. So let's assume that your real estate property taxes actually increase over time, and you'll have a couple $1,000s worth of repairs that you got to plan for each year. So today, when you rent, both taxes and repairs, your landlord pays for those, right? And don't forget that you have to pay a real estate agent when you sell your home. A 6% commission is typical. And so does it sound like I'm almost making the argument to rent? In order to calculate the commission accurately, we need to project the future value of the home. And you can see here that over the last 63 years, homes have increased in value at a rate of 4.75% per year. So for this calculation, let's calculate the future value of your home using 4.75% as an annual rate of appreciation. So now let's review those numbers in comparison. A typical monthly rent payment on a $400,000 home would be about $3,000 or more, but let's say you're a really good negotiator and you got a cheaper rent of $2,900 a month. And while historically rent has increased at about 5% a year, in the spirit of keeping this conservative, let's say you negotiated to cap the annual rent increase to 4% a year. So compare the monthly expenses of buying and renting in the year one column. Buying is $3,386 and renting is $2,940. So you might say, wait a minute, if I rent, it's going to be $500 a month cheaper. Why should I buy? Well, remember that 4% increase of rent? By the 5th year, you'd be paying more in rent, and by the 9th year, you'd be paying $617 more a month in rent. And rent is going to continue to get even more expensive as time passes. But you know what most people, they just look at the bottom line payment and they think, well, it's more expensive to buy than to rent. But for most families, this just isn't the case. And here's why. Part of your payment is principal. And principal is like your money. It's kind of like a forced savings account. And it's more like shifting money from your checking account over to the equity of your home. And it's still yours. So check it out. How much principal would you accumulate over the 9 years? $47,600. Now let's talk about the big one, home appreciation. Appreciation has historically been 4.75% per year over the last 63 years. So when you take that average appreciation compounded over the next 9 years, your home is projected to be worth $607,000. You will have earned an additional $207,000 simply because you chose to invest in an appreciating asset called real estate. And this is exactly why your landlord owns them. You'll also get a tax benefit from owning that renters don't get. Check this out, as this will bring everything together. Notice in the first year, you'd lose money, and that's because the cost of buying was greater than the benefit of owning. So here's the deal. If you think you're going to move in less than 2 years, then it's probably not a good idea to rent. But if you believe you're going to be in the home 2 years or more, then why wouldn't you buy it? Typically, most people say the interest rate's too high. But take a look at this over 9 years. Your home appreciation is projected to be $207,000. You would have paid your mortgage down by almost $48,000, and you'd receive a tax benefit a little over $5,000. You'd have initial closing costs to take into consideration, and you have a cash flow gain of a little over $600. And you'd pay a real estate agent $36,000 to sell your home. So all in, when you do the math, over 9 years, you'd make over $216,000. And here's the kicker. How much tax would you pay on the $216,000 profit from selling your home? not a penny. The IRS allows a single person to exclude $250,000, and a married couple can exclude up to $500,000 of capital gains from the sale of their home. For the average person, owning your own home is the best way to build financial security and ultimately wealth. Does this math help? I hope it does. If you'd like me to help you develop a plan to get ready for home ownership so you can take advantage of gains like these, send me a text, email, or simply DM me and we'll put a plan together for you.